Hi everyone. I'm going to take some time to give a kind of overview of the truck. I've had some people ask, for kind of like a tour. So what I think we'll do is we'll start with going around the outside of the truck, and I will talk about each modification that I've done, whether I've added something or removed something. And I'm going to do my best to put links to all these items down in the description so that if you're interested in any of these things, you can click through and go check them out. So we're going to start with the outside of the truck today, and then a follow-up video is going to be the inside of the truck. And I'm probably going to also have to do a follow-up video with some of the electronic systems, just because it's too much to cram all of it into one video. So today we're going to do the outside of the truck. I hope you guys can take a little bit of time and relax and watch the video here, and I hope that it keeps you entertained for a little while. And thank you all so much for being here and watching. So what you're seeing here, this is all of my planning and sketching and list making. Because of the way my brain works, I do a lot of this kind of documentation. I saved it all. I thought it would be interesting to save it all up. So from last spring in New York up until current, this is all of the planning and minutia that went into building this truck. This didn't happen overnight. I had a kind of a vision that I was following, and this is how I process that vision, is by organizing and tracking everything that I do. So a lot of time and effort and energy into planning. Okay, so let's start over here on the driver's side of the truck. And again, I'll try to put links to all these things down in the description so you can take a look at them if you want them. So the first thing, one of the things I had to do was replace the shore power plug. When I got the truck, it had one on it, but the cover was busted off, and so this was a Leviton, I think is the brand that I got off of Amazon. It's a 20 amp, so a regular household extension cord plugs into there. And then up above, we've got the WeBoost antenna. So the WeBoost that I bought, it's called the RV signal booster, and you can see the three main components there. It has an outside antenna, and then inside it has an indoor antenna, and then a box, like a little device that they both plug into, that's also powered by 12 volts. So also on the front of the truck is the gland, they call those. That's where my MC4 wires come in from the solar panels. So the reason that it's where it is, there was already a hole there. There were actually 4 holes across the front for the ambulance light bar that was on it when I bought that. So I had one of the holes, I had it remain there. I didn't fill it in when I did the paint job. I left that one available, and I was able to run the wires right through there. It really worked out good. I'm glad that I left that one hole available. So this truck, when I bought it, had these chrome door mirrors that they put on a lot of the vans back in that time, and that's what those 4 black dots on the door are. You can see 2 of them right there. Those are actually cover-up bolt holes, or bolts that I put in the holes. So I replaced it with these extendable towing mirrors, and I got those, I believe it's off of eBay, and I'll put a link for them. They work excellent. Obviously, they look tremendously better than the original ones. The original ones were so ugly, and they were all bent up. They'd obviously been run into things. And so here's a little bit of kind of like my ego. I wanted everybody to know that I've got the Powerstroke in this truck. And so those emblems there, those are just stick-on emblems. I believe, again, I got those off of eBay. So there's one on each side. Up on the front here, I replaced the headlights. The headlights that were in the van, you know, the original ones, they were all yellowed and oxidized from years of sunlight. So those cornering lights and headlights I replaced. They do have some LED running lights. You can see them right there, and those are wired up. So those stripes of LEDs are on all the time when the truck is running. So tremendously better, way better headlight visibility with those, and those were, I think, eBay also. Now up on the top of the cab, these 3 marker lights, those were all cracked and deteriorated. I found those. I actually got those off Walmart.com because they were only like $15 each. So I replaced the 3 of those. So much better. I mean, the other ones I believe were letting water down into the ceiling of the cab. So there you see that other Powerstroke emblem. I do like them. They were fairly inexpensive, and you just peel them and stick them. So I do like them. So again, the towing mirrors and the original mirrors that were bolted to the door. What I got was some black bolts and some black rubber washers, and I put bolts through the holes to seal them up. I didn't want to do like, you know, body filler. That wouldn't have lasted on a door. I didn't want to get it welded and all that, so I just put those bolts in it, and that sealed it up. So we've talked about my wheel simulators before. Obviously, I love these things. So right there you can see the Pacific Dually simulators on the front. Those are the new Toyo tires that I just had put on the front. So it looks good, and those tires, I actually like them. They ride really nice, steers really well. So I did have a recent video. These are the solar powered lights that I put on the passenger side. They're working great. I love them. I come out the door at night and instantly they light up the area. It's great. And then I've walked Lefty and we come back to the truck and it lights it up from a little distance, not too far away. It comes on and it lights up the area outside the truck. So I really like those things. I love them, actually. I would recommend them highly. Now moving towards the back, and there was a video about this also, is my diesel heater. Oh, there's a shot of I love my wheel simulators. So I got the diesel heater installed, and you can see the muffler. It's right above the exhaust pipe for the engine. I think the camera's gonna pan back down here in a second. Yeah, there you go. So there's the exhaust for the diesel heater. Just happened to work out in the same spot as the exhaust for the truck. That's just where I ended up installing it, and so that works out. And then here's the other solar light that's on the back end of the truck here, still on the passenger side. So we got 2 of those lights on the passenger side. I haven't put any more on the truck. I'm still kind of vetting these and making sure they're going to work out okay. Now we're coming around the back of the truck. We've got the diesel tank for the diesel heater right there, and I've had several people ask me why I carry urine in a container on the back of the truck, so I think I got to put a sticker on there that says diesel. Why would I carry urine back there? So these tail lights I installed for the reason when I have the motorcycle on the back of the truck, you can't see the stock tail lights very well, I didn't think. So I bought these, Amazon, I believe, and installed them, and they shine. They're up above the bike, so definitely I'm really glad I did that, and they're working fine. They worked out really well, and they weren't expensive at all. This ladder, just happened to have it leaning against the truck when I shot this video. I just got this ladder. If you haven't used one of these, they're awesome. I would recommend one of these extendable ladders. And then up here, and I did have a video on this also, is the backup camera that I installed. Works excellent. Easy to wire in just down the center channel in the ceiling. So those of you with ambulances, you know what I'm talking about. Just run it right down the middle up to your 12-volt cabinet up front. Real simple. And having it switched on the dashboard is highly recommended instead of only by putting it in reverse. This gas can here, my idea with this is to carry extra fuel for the generator. Because I hardly run the generator anymore, I haven't really used this in a while, just because I haven't needed gas. What I've been doing is just filling the generator, the tank on it, and then that's been lasting me for, you know, weeks and weeks, because I don't really need to run it very much unless we have, you know, several days in a row of cloudy and rainy weather. So filling the generator, its tank holds about a gallon. That lasts, you know, many hours of run time. So I haven't had to use that gas can, but I am glad I have it, because there will be a time when I will need more gas, and being able to have some on board is excellent. So if you ever notice, see that mark there on the side of the truck? That was there when I got the truck. I've had a bunch of people ask me what I ran into. I didn't run into anything. I just decided that I didn't want to spend the time and the money and the effort, I guess, on filling that in, because I was under such a schedule when I was building this truck because of my house being sold, that I didn't really want to take the time to do it. In hindsight, I should have taken the time to do it and filled it in. It would have made a better presentation on that side of the truck, but I can always do that on down the road and then just respray that side of the truck. So that's everything. Obviously, I have the solar panels, the solar system, and the Max Air roof fan on top of the truck. I have videos on both of those, and like I said, I am gonna have to do a video coming up focusing on the solar system. I've had quite a few people ask me for details on how I've got that wired in. You know, because the ambulances, they come with their own inverter systems, and just like me, there's a lot of confusion when you first get an ambulance and you try to start figuring out all of this wiring. It took me a while to get it figured out, but I can definitely help others get an understanding of how to wire those systems in. So I will be putting out a video giving some in-depth detail on the solar system. So on a more personal note, so we're doing okay here. We're still outside of Quartzsite on the Plumosa Road. We went into town yesterday, did a little bit of shopping. It's like a ghost town there. You know, obviously there's still a lot of rigs, there's still a lot of snowbirds in the area, but I think people are just really staying by themselves and not going into town when they don't need to. So I've got, you know, plenty of food here, plenty of water, everything that I need to be safe and sound. I know that all of you that are sitting home right now and watching these videos, I know that you're in the same situation, just keeping yourselves isolated and secure. And, you know, thank you for spending some time watching the videos here and checking in with us. Everybody be safe, stay in touch with your family. I've said this before, just take this for what it is, and we'll get through it and push through the other side. And what I've seen so far is that people are being real cordial about this, and other than the whole toilet paper and paper goods shortages, everything is not much different. So if anyone has any questions on anything in the video, please get in touch with me, leave your comments. Thank you everyone for watching. We're getting close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you haven't yet subscribed, please click that button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much, and have a great day.